Hey, what is good, everyone? Let me know in the chat if everything sounds good on the sound. We don't want no issues from yesterday. Uh, Eric Wallen, that is not true. I am not trouble. He said, I am trouble. Don't give me a mod, Rich. That is not a true statement, Eric. I am not trouble. I'm a bringer of knowledge. That's what I am. Trying to give you guys knowledge every day right here on Piper Academy. Welcome and thanks for joining me. I am RB Piper. And yeah, you guys are my favorite people on the planet because you join me here every Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time so that we can go over the news, the charts, look at TA, talk about what's happening, and so that we can have a heads up on what is going on in the future so we know which direction to take for financial freedom. I don't give financial advice. Nothing that I do is financial advice. Do your own research always, but I will bring you what I'm doing, and I will talk about what you should be knowing in the world of economics and news and market matters. So we're going to be talking about today about some things. We got this, guys. Roblox not accepting crypto payments. So we're going to be talking about that today. Also going to be taking a look at another article here. This happened yesterday. May not know this. Binance US halting withdrawals. I shared this on Twitter yesterday. We're also going to take a look at X marks the spot, all the Twitter news that we do. And then we're going to be looking at charts because this is going on right now. And we are retesting the 50 on the current 4-hour candle for Bitcoin, right there. So we're going to be taking a look at that and we're going to be jumping into it. So Rick Wilson, welcome. Elo Brown, GS with the blue wrench in here. Joe Nickel, Indie Rock Crypto out there. Like, dude, hey, this guy yesterday shared like 5 different profiles tagging all my stuff. So I was on SimCity Crypto yesterday. If you guys caught me on there, did some pretty good TA, I thought. But hey, it is what it is. Hopefully they'll have me back on again soon. Had a blast over there. So let's go ahead and let's put back up welcome to Piper Academy, so that's there. And if you guys haven't done it yet, go ahead and do that thing right there. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can get notified ding every time that I go live, which is daily, again, Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's jump over into the news. Let's go. All right. In the news, folks. First off, let's take a look at the macroeconomic calendar. 30-year mortgages came out this morning. 7.7% is the national average. A lot of places hitting as high as 8%. Uh, hey, I won't read all the names because sometimes that gets a little dragged out, but I will always try to shout out my originals, my OGs in here, which is, you guys. So if I missed anyone, Elo Brown, Ninja Glock, sorry, I missed you. Mr. J, of course, I got to say that name. So yeah. You know who's not in here? Crux of Crypto, because he's a loser. Yeah, he's probably watching. He just hasn't commented yet. So 7.7% is high as 8% in some places. You can see previously it was 7.67, up about 0.4%, 3.7% of a 0.37% of a full percentage up there at 7.7. Building permits coming in at 1.47 million there. It was projected to be at 1.45 to 1.46. It actually came in quite a bit higher. So building permits still going on. And tomorrow, what do we have here tomorrow? Chappelle. Jay Powell is going to be speaking over here. Tim was just talking about this on Investing Bros. So just so you're aware, that's going on tomorrow. And then, yeah, Friday, it's just more speeches. So I think we've made it through the pain this week. We do have initial jobless claims coming in right now at 209,000 from last week. They're expecting that jobless claims are going to come in even higher. If jobless claims come in higher tomorrow, folks, and this is people filing for unemployment, just so you know, if this comes in higher tomorrow, it is likely that we're going to see some market movement to the upside. I know that sounds crazy, but the markets tend to move when these jobless claims are higher. So let's go ahead and take a look at the CME watch tool. I got some stuff on X that I'm going to show on this in a second also, but just so you're tracking, we do have an 89.3% chance of a freeze, a pause for November 1st. Only a 10.7% chance of a rate hike right now for November. But when we get into December, guys, the rate hike chance is at 36.1% for December. And we have a 60% chance of a pause there. So still looking like a pause. Still looking like a pause in January, but we are getting closer here with almost 40% chance of a rate hike. So be careful on that. That could cause market flips really bad. Let's take a look here at the 24-hour liquidations. Bitcoin, $12 million in short liquidations because it pumped back up again. People thought it was going down further, and they got down there, and it just said, nope, not happening. So Ethereum, it's going to be longs that got liquidated. Orbs, Loom, big rug pull on Loom, guys. For the past 24 hours, 27,937 traders were liquidated for a total of $58.53 million. Jump over here. Let's check out X marks the spot here. This is an interesting little chart that I saw here yesterday. Just in, the 10-year note yield is now officially above the median rate cap for the first time since 2008, according to Reventure Consulting. In simple terms, the return on an investment property is now below the 10-year note yield. So what this is saying is, you can see right here on the chart, the 10-year treasury yield is now higher than the cap rate or profit percentage that an investor would get from buying a house and renting it out. So right there, that little piece right there. So you can see this down here is the 10-year treasury yield in the bright yellow is actually sitting higher than what the profit return is on buying a house and renting it out. So right now, if you're looking at properties to buy for rental properties, probably not the best move. Right now, you might want to just pick up a 10-year yield and collect that money on it. So interesting there for that. I just wanted to share that with you guys. And then what else was there? There was the 10-year note yield. This is the 10-year note yield that they were just talking about. It's at 4.86%. I think it's actually a bit higher today even. The 10-year note yield is back at this highs and eyeing 5%. 8% mortgages will soon look like a good deal. So if you guys are looking at houses, there actually might be a time that you look back and you go, man, I should have bought a house when it was at 8% mortgage. And that is crazy to think about. So there's that one. There was another one I wanted to show you here. Yeah, this is pretty much showing what I just showed on the economic calendar. 49% chance of a rate hike by January 2024. There's even an 11% chance of a rate hike. It's only 11, but chance in July of 2024. So this is far from over. We're not even close. What else? NVIDIA yesterday, and I actually going to show this chart here in a bit. This is NVIDIA, and you can see here, NVIDIA stock is now down 7.5% at the time of the release on this, as President Biden restricts AI chip sales to China. The stock has erased nearly $100 billion in valuation in 24 hours. How many of you out there think that Congress sold their stocks in NVIDIA before this happened, and now are going to buy it back even cheaper? I'm gonna put a high likelihood on that. So let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if you think that Congress played this one out with all of this knowledge that they had. We now have multiple wars around the world. The beginning of a new trade war in China. The least affordable housing market in history. Oil prices back above $90 per barrel. And how is inflation ever supposed to hit 2%? That's a great question there. Kabisi letter. I love this guy. Great content that he gives us. What else do I have here in my live stream? Yeah, that's going to be it. That's what we have there. Let's go and jump into our daily. I'm going to be bringing this to you guys every morning. This is from Bloomberg, and since I pay for the subscription, I might as well share it with you, right? This is 5 things you need to know to start your day, okay? There it is. 5 things you need to know to start your day. So here's the 5 things from Bloomberg. Biden lands. President Joe Biden has arrived in Israel with the aim of reinforcing the U.S. commitment to Israel and trying to prevent the war, with Hamas plunging into the Middle East chaos. Biden's trip was thrown into turmoil before he even landed following an explosion at the hospital in Gaza. Who was to blame for that? I don't know, but that happened. That caused Arab leaders, including those from Jordan, Egypt, and the Palestinian Authority, to pull out of meetings that had been planned for the trip. So Yesterday, Jordan, Egypt, and Palestinian authorities canceled meetings with Biden. So, Biden said on his arrival, speaking to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, that the hospital explosion appeared to have been done by the other team. So, yeah, taking sides there, maybe, or at least the perception thereof, and probably not a good idea right now. So, yeah, I agree. Of course, Congress played that. Vote delay. Republicans delayed another vote for the House Speaker after Jim Jordan failed to secure enough votes in the initial ballot on Tuesday, dragging out the efforts to fill that leadership vacuum in Congress for a third week. Jordan faced 20 Republican holdouts and the delay of the next vote to 11 a.m. on Wednesday, indicating that he struggled to gain momentum since. So, um, yeah, not gonna have a speaker anytime soon. Chinese growth, Chinese economy gained momentum in the third quarter with spending increasing on everything from restaurants and alcohol to cars, helping to offset a drag from the property crisis it faces and putting an end to annual growth targets in reach. The woes of the real estate sectors continue, however, with developer Country Gardens signaling that it is set for its first ever default as a grace period to pay the interest on the dollar bond ends. So, um, China showing a little bit of strength, but to be fair, they did print out a whole bunch of money and throw out a bunch of discounts. Their printer went burr. Geopolitical risk: the dollar is flat. U.S. stock futures are lower. Treasuries and gold are rising among a risk-off mood, and oil has gained on increased fears around what's going on over there in the Middle East. So, United Airlines shares are falling in pre-market trade after its profit. Oops, sorry about that. Go back. Don't do that. There we go. After its profit missed expectations and it flagged the impact from flights suspended due to conflicts in Israel. Goldman Sachs strategists said that the geopolitical uncertainty could put any equity market rally at risk. Any. So pullbacks could be coming. Could be coming. And then coming up this week here, the Federal Reserve's beige book on economic conditions is due later, and there is a slew of speakers from the central bank on slate giving speeches and taking part in panels. That includes Christopher Waller, Williams, Bowman, Barkin, Harker, Cook, Morgan Stanley, and Procter and Gamble will report before the market opened, while Netflix and Tesla will update after the close. So we've got earnings today for Morgan Stanley and Procter and Gamble, and also on Netflix and Tesla. Those will be today after the close. Going to be watching close on that Tesla because, as you guys know, I do have some Tesla stock, so need to keep an eye on that. Do we like Jordan? I don't hate Jim Jordan, but hey, it is what it is. I don't really like any politician, Eric Wallen. Okay, moving on. Binance US halts direct dollar withdrawals. Guys, back in July, they already had a whole thing where they said they weren't going to allow on ramping of US dollars. So this was not a big shock. They actually gave us precursor warning of this. US dollar deposits and user wallets are no longer eligible for FDIC insurance protection. So what this means is if you had US dollars sitting on Binance.us, it was sitting in a bank. And because that money was actually in a bank, um, you were able to have FDIC insurance on it, but it was only towards the US dollars. If you put it in USDC or Tether or anything like that, it was not covered. Um, this now, since they've lost all of their deals with banks here in the US, because on ramping and off ramping from US banks is becoming near impossible, this is now giving them taking away that FDIC insurance. So let's jump into this here. Binance US users can no longer withdraw dollars directly from the platform after the exchange updated its terms of use service on Monday. In the event that a customer wished to withdraw US dollars from their account, they may do so by converting US dollar funds to a stable coin or other digital asset, which can then be withdrawn. But obviously not to your bank. You'd have to do it to another exchange like Coinbase or something like that. And then you'd be able to get that off there. In early June, the firm suspended dollar deposits, saying that US Securities and Exchange, SEC, extremely aggressive and intimidating tactics against the crypto industry had left banking partners reluctant to engage. So, in that same message, they also warned that if its banking partners were preparing to pause the dollar withdrawals as early as June of this year. So, this finally caught up. If you have Binance.us, I don't know why. You've been hearing for a long time. Stop using it. But yeah, that's what's going on there. And XRP down 0.185. Why would that be? I don't know. Maybe because a lot of people came out and said that ROBLOX was accepting XRP as a crypto payment, and ROBLOX has now came out and said that is misinformation and it is not true. So we're just going to touch on this real quick, and then we're going to jump into some two more things and then charts. So the first situation arose when BitPay posted a tweet stating that Ripple could now be used to buy items in game that use BitPay, including Roblox and Smite. Roblox has now came out and said that is not true. They have nothing going on. The situation first arose when they stated the XRP, which is Ripple, would be using it. They subsequently deleted the tweet a short time later, stating there had been an error in the information it contained. Yeah, I bet. Kind of like deleting a tweet because there was some information that was in error, like I don't know, an ETF being approved. Roblox responded quickly to refute the claims made in the BitPay's now deleted tweet. The gaming platform denied that there were any plans to integrate XRP as a payment method. So this has been still going around. They were talking about this yesterday on Sin City Crypto. T Shroom and Tim talked about it last night. So yeah, I think I had an article about it yesterday morning, but yeah, not true at all. Total false. Taking a look at Seeking Alpha here, global stocks indexes lower amid rising Mid-East conflicts. Just a quick snapshot here. Japan, let's refresh this and see if this is still the same. Yeah, Japan up 0.1%, 0.01%. And then you see Hong Kong, China, India, London, Paris, Frankfurt. Everything's down, guys. So it's not just the U.S. that's having all these problems right now. The global economy is being rocked by what's going on in the world. And lastly, oil and gold prices surge as conflict in the Middle East continues. So yeah, we're going to take a look at oil just because of this headline. We're going to take a look at oil and gold today. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's jump to the charts. Let's go. Taking a look here. We are now looking at, it's daily that we have crazy news. We're living history every single day, Gia. Taking a look at Bitcoin here. Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart here, still staying inside of this T box here. Shout out to TA Tim. Staying in this T box here at a range top of about 28,600. Bottom of this being about 28,000. And I'm just watching it trade in this range here. However, we did just come down. Oh, and I just took off the T box. Don't do that. There we go. We did just come down on this current 4-hour candle here and tested again this 50 percent Fibonacci line here. It's coming in at 28,306 right there. So we retested that. I'm going to be watching for this to fall through. If it does, I will be watching for it to come back and retest that 28,400 previous resistance areas over here, and retested it there on the rejection before it bounced up, getting a bounce off of that 100 exponential moving average right there. So that's still coming in here into play. If we take this over to the weekly, let's take a look and see how they're looking with the EMAs. Can you please go away, Fibs? Please go. Don't go away, Mad. Just go away. Here we go. Yeah, you can see there that we got that break up above that 100 EMA there. Right now, currently, as we speak on the weekly, we are getting rejection of the top on the top of the dynamic reactor from Chart Prime's dynamic reactor there. So take a look at the daily. Yeah, daily still sitting here. We had a bounce on the daily off of that 50 weekly moving average. But again, we're trading right here in this range box. So if we take a look and keep an eye on that range box, that's going to be what I watch there. Can I get my fixed range volume profile back? Because I want my volume profile. Thank you very much. We do have a rejection point at the top of this on the value area high. That was what we rejected on that big crazy candle wick the other day. When cheaper homes, not actually, you can get cheap homes right now in San Antonio, guys. I will show you one in a second. Let me see if I can find it over here while I talk and prep. There's cheap tiny homes in Houston right now, or San Antonio, I mean. And I showed my son yesterday. They are crazy. I'm going to show you a quick picture of them. Where are they? News. I need news, please. Cheap tiny homes on sale. There we go. Here we go. Let's jump back over to the news and I'll show you this. These are tiny homes, guys, that are selling in San Antonio. Tiny homes on small lots popping up in the San Antonio area. It's about as wide as what it would, a one-car garage. With a small yard, inviting front porch, the newly built houses along a short street in an established neighborhood in the far northeastern side. We don't care where it's at. Uh, they're about 660 square feet, 350 to 660. And there's about 30 different, at least 30 are in various stages of construction. Total 100 houses total. These are running about here you go. They are built on lots that are 20 feet across, and the actual house is about 60 to 65 feet. The homes are built on the lots are 20 feet across. The home sites need to be at least 60 to 65 feet. So, yeah, very narrow space on each side of the house. So, is there any pictures on the insides of the? You literally walk through a bedroom to the only bathroom. It's like a mobile home. They're running about $116,000 to $200,000. But yeah, this is the future of housing right here that I think we're going to be seeing right here. This is the future if prices don't come back in line. So let's get back in charts. Let's go back to the charts. All right, so back on the charts. Yeah, we're losing though that 50%. It looks like there's a fixed range fibs. There we go. You can see right there, we are dropping below that 50% now, and we are coming down on the RSI primed. Money flow does look like it's coming down on the trend here. Let's go and check that money flow. I need to pump in here. There we go. Yeah, it's coming down too, guys. Money flow is starting to leave on Bitcoin right now on the 4 hour also. So I'm expecting downside today again. Be looking for that $28,000 range for the retest. Yeah, yeah, they're that expensive, indie rock. It's crazy. I told my son, I said, "Hey, I may have found your home. If you ever want to live by yourself, here you go. It's going to be cheaper than rent because I told you guys already. They're doing rent wars. People are making bidding wars to find an apartment right now. So, oh, good lord, what else do we have here on indicators? The Ichimoku oscillator is starting to pull down away from the green. I did say if it made it up into there, we'd see a rejection, but if it could not make it up in there and start to curve down, we would see price reject anyways. That's what's going there and there. Another free indicator from Chart Prime right there, the Ichimoku oscillator. So you can see it plays out pretty decent down here in the red. That was pretty much the bottom there. Also triggered that max profit after getting that strong sell indicator. And then we came back up, hit back into the cloud here. And if you actually look, it was prior to the strong buy indicator before all of that movement. So shout out Chart Prime. The calculations and the data is amazing. So knowledge is profit and Chart Prime is a moneymaker. So if you guys want that, check the link below. You guys can use pick up Chart Prime, 45% off your monthly or quarterly. And that's the end of the shill. Let's go jump into some other stuff. I said I was going to take a look at Tesla's earning reports is today. That's going to be this afternoon. You can click that little E right there. Estimate 0.729 on their earnings. So we'll see. It's going to be after the market close, though. That's what that moon means there. Yeah, I said watch that yesterday. I said watch that rejection there, and that's what that white line was. We are getting a perfect rejection on today's candle off of that dynamic reactor coming to the downside. I suspect some downside movement today. Not really sure. Maybe about down to about 250, and then maybe the after market, the afternoon, the after the midday close or midday period, we start to get a movement up on Tesla there, heading into the earnings. But right now, not looking too bullish for us. L. Army Piper holding it down. What's up, Crypto Trades? How you doing, man? Just build a tree house. I agree. Indie Rock Crypto. I'm gonna be one of them homeless people that lives in a shed by the river. It's a van down by the river, Eric Wallen. It's a van down by the river. You're shooting too high. Looking at the shed, you can probably find a broken down van that someone has left somewhere. So, all right. Oh, French toaster. How are we all doing? How I'm doing? I see your coffee cup, and I'll raise a coffee cup. This is my coffee cup from Cozumel, by the way, guys. My wife and I just went down there a few weeks ago to Cozumel visiting an OC guy, good friend of mine. And I picked up a coffee cup because my wife collects Starbucks coffee cups. So Um, Amazon, Amazon, having a little bit of pull up here today. Also, just opened up about 25 minutes ago. Big freaking crazy dump there, and then get right back up. Google though, thank you for saving my account, Google. You guys know I got some stocks going over there on Robinhood, and yeah, Google has been holding it down. Let me bring that back in. I just wanted to get my fixed range volume profile to feed in. Google has been holding it down on my portfolio over there. So yeah, good job. Google up today almost a 0.5%. Nvidia though, guys, Nvidia continuing to bleed off, almost a perfect bounce here on that golden pocket right there. This would have been back on Thursday, October 12th. And then downside dump off the golden pocket. We are now below the 236 and probably heading back down to the zero line here. Not looking pretty. All of this on the news that Biden is going to be restricting what can go into China from the AI chip makers, and that's obviously Nvidia global producer there. So that is going to be a big chunk of their business gone. So I'm going to be watching, see what happens with Nvidia. But again, down 2.8% again today. Um, Shout out to all the people in Congress that got out before that, and yeah, I wish I had that hookup. XRP here, guys, only down 0.33% today. Let's see what else we got. Let's go check out the crypto heat map. You guys can get to here if you go in. I think you have to have a paid account for this, but you go in and you hit heat maps. You got stocks and crypto here. That's all I did. Hit that. I'm just going to do these fresh. Microsoft up 4.48% today. Google up 0.23. Apple's down today. Nvidia down big time today. AMD down big time today. The chip makers just getting crushed. Intel down big time today. Wow, that is sucking. Nvidia, yeah, Nvidia. I'd watch out, Gia. I'm very concerned about how long they're going to drop. So, not financial advice, but just keep an eye on it. Or dollar cost average. That may be what I end up doing with my Nvidia. So, get some DCA in there. Yeah, Amazon down 1.28 today. Let's go check out the crypto heat maps, and then we'll get into some other crypto and check out some stuff. I want to get back in trades too, Eric Wallen. I agree. Bitcoin down 0.25% today, sitting neutral. Ethereum up a little bit, about 0.6% today. Lido staked ETH also up because of ETH. Tron up 0.76% today. What is the big hex? Garbage. Garbage. People will never learn. um, yeah, Trust Wallet up 3% today. Hedera up 2.44. So let's go take a look at the charts now. See what we're seeing here. Da da da. Let's go check out ETH. Let's check out some Ethereum. So Ethereum's sitting here. What is it at? 1574 right now. We did get rejection off of that 200 exponential moving average. That's a weekly EMA there. Let's go ahead and pull up and do some fresh TA on here, shall we? Let's do that. Fresh TA. Let's clean this off. Clean that off. Oh, I know what I was going to show you guys. I got something to show you guys. We're going to come back to ETH. You guys remember my trend lines that I was showing on Bitcoin, and I had mine and Tim's trend lines. Do you remember that? Some interesting stuff here on this. Here we go. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. There's Tim's trend line. You guys remember this one? Said that it came down a little bit below, bounced back up in on that pump. Here is my old trend line that I had, and I found it extremely interesting when I looked yesterday that we were actually back hitting this again. So that's it. That was interesting. Tim's playing out on the bottom side. Mine, it looks like we're kind of doing a broadening wedge between Tim's trend line and my trend line. It's going to be quite interesting. If this comes back down and bounces on this level here, would be hitting that 28,000, possibly hitting back onto Tim's trend line there. So I put them both on because sometimes I call it better, and sometimes he calls it better, and I wanted both of our stuff on there. So quite interesting. All right, let's get back to Ethereum. I just saw that trend line on Ethereum. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Let's go look here. We got trend lines. Let's go pull in the trend lines off, and we're gonna just draw some fresh, clean charts here. First off, let's go in, figure out how far back we are, and let's do our fibs. I want to go on the daily for this because that's going to give us a much better look. There we go. So let's go from this bottom here on the Fibonacci's. And this is, if you guys are wondering where this is at, it's right here, fib retracement. We're going to put it, oh, I need my magnet on. If you guys turn this magnet on, you'll see that your cursor will actually lock on when it's at the bottom. So it's pretty handy. There we go. Bottom to the top. There we go. And now we have fibs on. Let's go see how they're looking. Yeah, it looks like we're right now hitting about that 0.5. I might be a little bit off on this one. This one actually might have just been that crazy wick, but everything's valued on that because you can see now we have a much better lineup on the golden pocket, which means this is probably exactly what it is. And this wick is not part of the equation. So broadening wedges can be bearish or bullish. If it's going to the upside, it typically breaks to the downside. So, and that one's going to the upside. So there you go. That's what we're looking at there on Ethereum, hitting that 50% line, still staying bullish in my opinion. As long as you're above the 50% line, this is bullish. And you can see we've had 3 clean tests on the 50% line here. Let's go and take a look at what we have for fixed range volume profile. Let's do one of them. Let's go put it in. We're going to bring this all the way back from its all-time high to current, okay? Because I'm on daily, so that would be the all-time high back here. What would that date timeline be? About $4,800 way back when in 2021. So let's go and do a fixed range volume profile. There we go. We're going to bring this from the high right there, line that up cleanly, bring it out, and let's see where our point of control is and our value area high and low. Yeah, we're currently right now at the point of control on Ethereum daily here, sitting just below it and getting rejected. So this is a little bit bearish for me because if we can't get above that level at 1575, I would suspect that we are going to be seeing rejection here on that POC and could be coming back down to the $1,200 range, guys, which is a sad thought. Let's go and see what else we got here. Let's turn on some indicators from Chart Prime and let's bring in our oscillators and let's see how those are looking. Money flow still coming down on the daily here. We do look like we're getting some curvature here on the trend fusion line. Which could be an indication that we're going to come back down to the golden pocket here, which would be at about $1,400, $1,350 to $1,400. You can see that the Ochimoku is definitely in a bearish trend to the downside, and it looks like you can see here. I told you guys before when these are going up here. Let me bring this in. When we have the RSI on Heikinashi and we go up and there's no wicks on top, that's very bullish. But when we go up and there's wicks on top like this and it pulls back, that's bearish and indicates possible reversals. So let's bring this in and take a look at what happened here. You can see here, we had no wicks here and it came up. It did end up coming back down to the POC, but that was a bullish move there. If we look back here, no wicks, came up. Right now, the green that we're getting above the RSI line here, the signal line, is giving us wicks, and we're now getting a very small candle here, which means this could be rejected, like I said, back down to the golden pocket. So very bearish on ETH. Very bearish on ETH. What else do we have here? Let's go and check out a couple of other things. That's what we're seeing on ETH, though. 4.19% on Caspa. Caspa's still holding my trend line, though, guys. I've been talking about this trend line since back here, and we are still holding that trend line clean right now. I'm still bullish on Caspa. I'm still bullish on Caspa. That trend line going all the way back here from June, and it has just been tapped. We almost had a fake out there. fake out there, but you see we're staying above it. This trend line has been on here for a hot minute. So, yeah, looking good on Caspa still right now. Little tiny wicks there, but you can see that we got a green signal line coming off the the Ichi oscillator there, bouncing off that zero line to the upside. So that this is looking pretty decent to me. Let's go and see how we're looking on the MVP oscillator. I agree. MVP oscillator does look like we're about to get a twist here and a cross on that ribbon. And that typically, you can see the last time we did that here, that was that move. Did it here, that was that move. We did it here. That one ended up coming sideways and then hitting the order block. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad on the indication there of upside. So we are about to twist there again. So, even matter of fact, we even did a little twist right here, and it did have a little movement up before it dropped. So, Casper though looking pretty good. Uh, let's go pull up some other stuff on it and see, because someone just said the 618 is being rejected on. So let's go see. Let's go see. Let's go check it out. Why not? Why not? All right. Isolate just the top chart, please. Let's go turn off all the other indicators so that we don't have any noise on there. I'm keeping my trend line on there, though. I'm going to guess you're talking from how far back are you talking? Are you talking on low time frame? Rick, I need to know that. Because we got to bounce cleanly on the 50 there off of low to high. So you have to be talking about lower time frames, man. Unless you're talking about this, I see what you're talking about. You're talking about from here to the bottom. Okay. Yeah, we got a rejection off the 50 here. So on the low time frame here from that high, from that top to bottom, just 1 second, and I will show you what the difference is. You can see we got rejection off the golden pocket, or the platinum pocket there. Right now, rejecting off the 50, sitting below the 382. I do think we're going to come back down to the 236 here, and that's going to give us also that off the trend line there to keep coming back up. I'm still bullish on this. I don't think immediate bullish, but I do think that hitting in that range there of around 4.4 cents is going to be a good area to get in. Yeah, latest high to its low. Gotcha, brother. Gotcha. Okay. Let's go and talk about the oscillators, because that was a question that was just brought up. So MVP oscillator, this is going to be showing you what my key points on it are here are the twist when the ribbon crosses over here. And then these volume candles. These actually tell you when there's potential bottom coming in. So that when they're bright green and higher, that means, hey, this is probably a good time to get in. So you can see, and look, like good times to get in, right? That's this one here. It's right there. This one here, right there. So that's what the MVP oscillator is good for. If you go in here and you go to the trend fusion, this actually measures the trend and divergences. So you got these dots that print off divergence right there. Another divergence there, reversal indicators, all that good stuff, right? So you can see here, we had a bottoming one here. That was pretty much what led us to the upside there. We had a bullish divergence that printed here on that. But more importantly, this one gives you money flow. And that blue cloud is money flow going in and out. You can see money flow hit zero here, downside of go. Money flow hit, started coming up, but we dropped here. So weak money flow. It's a little fake out pump there. Money flow coming down here, went sideways. Money flow started coming back up. It went up. So having the idea of money flow, not a bad thing to have on your chart. And then let's see, what's the other one? The Oscillator Pro, which I love the Oscillator Pro. It's just in general a fantastic oscillator. So Alex O Crypto, Otter the man in the house. Yeah, looking here at the Oscillator Pro though, what this is going to give you, it's going to give you a cloud of play. So you can see here, tends to stay within the cloud when it moves, gets into that line and then moves again. Ribbon twist, momentum dots, reversals, overbought, oversold, peak seeker saying, hey, I might be the bottom right here. And pretty much it went sideways and then up from there. So absolutely a fantastic set. And it's all built in one. So you can just flip all through them. So that's what the difference is. Thanks for asking there, Rick Wilson. All right, let's go and take a look at. Oh wow, guys! I told you to stay away from big time. I was like, don't buy. It's already hit its top. It's just grinding down 15.67%. I don't care. That was financial advice. Stay away from big time. Why am I locked up? Am I locked up for you guys? I don't think I am. I think I look good here. Okay, cool. What else do we have here? I want to take a look at this, and then we'll get back in there. Oh, I see what happened. I had a little lockup here on my screen. It looked like I was frozen, but it wasn't. It was literally just the screen that was showing the broadcast. So you guys are all good up there still on the broadcast end, and that's good. That makes me feel good. All right, let's go take a look here. Matic. Matic, guys, I said this, and matter of fact, it looks like we actually hit it there on that trend line. I had this trend line here, and I said, look, we're probably going to do a head and shoulders here. You guys remember this? We're just going to bring it in a little bit because we hit the top already. I think that we're heading down to hit this trend line down here at 50 cents. And if we break that and it gets that rejection there on the head and shoulders, I can't believe it hit it that perfectly on my trend line. That is crazy. If it comes down here and confirms that on the neckline, we're targeting down on this, guys. We're looking at 40 cents down here. Oddly enough, I think there was something with my fixed range volume profile on this. Let me look and see. I think there was. I believe, yeah, right below that, head and shoulders line there, guys. It's going to be the value area low at 48 cents. So might be the catch support, but we'll see. Um, for SYM. Oh, stock. Yeah. Yep. That's right. Got it. You're talking. You're inside talking over here. Yeah, you should look at that. SYM. Let's go take a look at SYM. It's not a crypto. It's a stock. Let's go take a look at Symbiotic Inc. Yeah, it's still looking good. Nice bounce on the golden pocket there on that 4 hour there. Cleanly bounced on that 4 hour pocket, on that golden pocket, I mean. But we are getting some downside here. I got a couple of bearish things here. One, we've got the ribbon twist to the downside here, and we got a nice cloud of movement that we could take play in here. We did get our first red candle. You can see that when we've had red candles here, it typically has led to some downside. There's very rarely that we get a single red candle at the top. It typically pulls back, and we had that right now, which means this could be coming back down. I would be looking for us to retest at 42.97, right there for that bounce for the retest there. Come down here, previous support, previous resistance. So that would make sense. Actually, previous resistance again. So yeah, I would be watching for that pullback to about $43 there. Let's see what else we have here. Let's look at the weeklies. You sold yesterday. Good job. Good job, Eric Wallen. Love it. I love it when my crew's over here like calling tops and bottoms, man. Yeah, this is good. There's the 50, that's the 50-week EMA, the 100-week EMA, and we can actually go in here and we'll make these dailies if you want. I just like to look at the weeklies, but look at the dailies. Yeah, there you go. I could see this coming back down. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know that it's gonna come all the way back down to the 200. That's this yellow one here, the orange one. I mean, the yellow one here is the 100, and the 50 right here is the green. I would say that if we do come back down to check these, I would say that these are going to be in line with the golden pocket by that point, bro. And that is where I would be watching for that retest if it comes all the way back through the platinum pocket and breaks that 43. Just so you know. Just you know, right there. What else you guys want to check out? Let me know. ADA down 0.16. ADA looking rejected off the daily 50 there, but we are starting to get what appears to be an uptick. And there's two things here. One, starting to get that curvature and flattening of the RSI prime for upside. But the Ichimoku, that's looking weak. We did get a hidden bullish divergence here, but again, it's hidden. But we are starting to get some curvature. But this could see how flat that is. This could be coming in to do more downside and bring this down again. Um, I'm not bullish or bearish on ADA right now. So, yep. Uh, yeah, that's it. Yep. I think that's pretty good, guys. I think that's pretty good. Let's jump over. It's about 8:16. Gonna hop off here before everybody starts moving over to the other Katezi real fast. But I gotta move this along, man. Let's get in Katezi. Let's do it. CTSI. I know I have it in my chart somewhere. It's easier to go this way to find it. There we go. um, wow. Could be getting ready for another move up. I would be watching for rejection though on that 100 right there, that yellow line. Um, because you can see that it's kind of doing this ranging thing here. Matter of fact, if we go in, let me throw on a regression trend here. Nope, sorry. It looks like we got a regression trend tool going on here. It's going to be like this. And it looks like we're about to bottom on that. You can see little spike ups above the bottoms, but there's a nice trend line for that. And then let's go and check out the fixed range volume profile for this whole area. We do have a point of control right above us. I would watch that. I would be setting an entry for a long at about 12 cents. Not financial advice. This is what I would do. 12 cents up to take profit one at 12.82, move your stop loss back above, and then shooting for that 100, that yellow line there. That's how I would do that. If it does make it up there and you miss getting into that long, look for your short around that value area high and that 100 EMA. And then the last one for Joe Nichols, because he's always here early. And then I got to hop off because other shows are getting ready to start, and I'm going to be simulcasting on them. So I got to make sure that I'm off when they start. Hello, USDT up 2.33% today. Let's check out the daily on this because these are fast movers. Um, Peak Seeker printed there. I think this could be pulling back for a test on the 50, brother. I could see this coming back for a retest on the 50 here, and it's not going to be a huge, massive move for it. It would be a drop of about 10%, but when you consider how much this thing can move, it's not a lot for a retest. It needs to cool off anyways, so be watching for that. We do have the peak seeker that printed here. RSI is coming back down. You can see when it has come back down from this level up top, it has typically played out on the red candles, and we are in red candles. So not getting any wicks on there. Be expected to pull back on hello down to that about 53, maybe even as low as 50 cents there. So there you go. Oh my goodness. I wasn't even sharing that. Shame on me. Um, did you guys see Cortezi? CTSI. Did you guys see Cortezi? Or did I hop off there? Now we got to go back and do that one too. Cortezi down there again, guys. First off, let's do hello since I'm on here. There is that pullback on the red candles there. I was all ready to go, and then you guys popped in on me. There's that 100 and that 50. That's going to be hitting about the 50-cent mark right there. Possibly the 54-cent, but you can see every time that we've had these from up high, there was pullback on all of these. So okay, Indie Rock. Well, some people may not have had that up, so there. I do want to show it real fast, and then we'll spread out. Yeah, there's the point of control that I was talking about underneath that 50 daily moving average there, and it is looking like it got rejected cleanly on that. I would be expecting to come back down to that 10-cent line there, and yeah, that's what I got for you. Got that for you. Now let's get back to here. I was ready to walk out, and then people asked for stuff. You guys threw me off, and my desire to appease your request walked me into danger zones. So into a minefield of mistakes. So hey guys, I appreciate you joining me here. Just watch everything today. Remember Tesla's earnings this afternoon. So if you got any stock plays, that might be something to keep an eye on with those earnings. Does look like we're still coming to the downside today on Tesla. Hopefully we get a turnaround on it. It's down 1.1% right now. Nvidia still dropping, almost down 3% right now today. But markets are open, things are moving. Thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate you coming right here. You can go anywhere, but you choose to spend your morning and drink your coffee with me. So I appreciate you guys. Alex Otter, hit me up, bro. Let's do some stuff together and let's start. Let's do a collab show. I would love to be on your show with you, or you on mine. I don't care, either or. Let's do it somewhere. Uh, Come right here every day, Monday to Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. On the way out, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell, because right here we're handing out the news, the charts, and the knowledge, because in the Piper Academy, knowledge is profit. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.
That was awesome, dude!